expressing our gratitude to Sri Dayananda Saraswati Maharaj. Vande Dayalum Dayananda Yatim Varenyam Gurum Varishtham Shankara Bhashya Bhaskaram. So Dayananda Saraswati ji has given a great understanding of Shankara's teaching through his Bhashya, and he is the Surya, he is like Surya. And then today I got this book, and there is someone who has composed Dayananda ātmaṣatkam. I'll just read that also. Do you know who composed?
Swami Paramarthananda from Chennai.
Sri Dayananda ātmaṣatkam. Yeah. Can you say side?
Yeah.
You are familiar, yeah.
Sadasme Vavatram Krupapurnanetram Stiram Dinamitram Janapriti-patram Suvijñāta-shāstram Kashāyāktavastram Dayananda-rūpam Madācārya-mīre Parabrahmanishtam Svato-dharmanishtam Ahimsaikanishtam Svasishyai sujushtam Yatinam varishtam Gurunam garishtam Dayananda-rūpam Madācārya-mīre Sushastre charantam Sada sancharantam Jananam bodhayantam Bhavaduddharantam Mathan sthapayantam Gurun pujayantam Dayananda-rūpam Madācārya-mīre Kalanam pracharam Dadhanam vinamram Swayam granthakaram Satamāditaram Namattapaharam Swayam nirvikaram Dayananda-rūpam Madācārya-mīre Sada shanti-murtim Sada kshanti-murtim Sada danti-murtim Sada satya-murtim Pramana-pravrittim Dishantam sukirtim Dayananda-rūpam Madācārya-mīre Idam panchakam yap paṭhe-chuddha-chittaha Sada moksha-marge nitāntam pravrittaha Prasadat sashatsut-bhave-jnana-yuktaha Sajivan mrito va bhave-nitya-muktaha Sajivan mrito va bhave-nitya-muktaha.
Thank you. So, today is our concluding day from the Ātmaṣatkam. And it is a great opportunity for me to be here in this divine hall, in the presence of all of you and the great divine presence of the devotees. And I thank Karthik, Jagdish, mainly who took care of me, because I have become a Pangu, as I said. There is a Sridhar Swami in his commentary on Bhagavatam, in the invocation verses series, he has this, which all of you recite, that is, Mukam karoti vachanam, Pangum langhayate girim, Yat krupa tamaham vande paramanandam. So, my Panguness is taken care of by Karthik, and I am I'm grateful to him. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then in the Guru Parampara Stotra, I just like to share, as we know, Sri Shankaracharya had established four months. And Dakshina, they call it Ātmaṣatkam Matha. Ātmaṣatkam refers to the tradition of Vedas, Veda Ātmaṣatkam. There are four Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, and Atharvana Veda. So in each mutt, the teaching and also the practices are very much inspired by those Vedic recitations, mantras, the Upanishads, and so on. So they are called Ātmaṣatkam Pīthas. So Dakshina Ātmaṣatkam Pītha is Sri Sringeri. And so each one of these Pīthas have their own Guru Parampara Stotra. What we read here is a generalized one, but they become more specific. So the one I am familiar with, the Sringeri Matha Parampara Stotra, goes like this. Adi Rudram, it starts, Adi Rudra. That's Shiva, the basic, another name for Shiva is Rudra. Adi Rudram. Narayanam Bhuvam refers to Brahma. Narayanam Bhuvam. Ādau Swarajam Gurum Advitiyam Asesha Vijnana Ghanaswarupam Sadashivam. Sadashivam. Ādau Swarajam Gurum Advitiyam Asesha Vijnana Ghanaswarupam Sadashivam. Sri Bhuvam Narayanadyam Manisanta Sevitam Sadbodha Shaundyam Bhavatapaharakam Sri Sadgurum Sri Shankaram Namami. And then they also include Padmapadacharya, Sureshwaracharya, and Hastamalaka and the Todaka, which are pictured in the four acharyas also. So that Ātmaṣatkam Stotra, Guru Parampara Stotra includes all those four great disciples of Shankaracharya. So we thank them. And now that Parampara is flowing by the teachings and presentations of Sri Dayananda Saraswati and his own gurus. Now we are the beneficiaries of that teaching here, and we thank them, and we continue. We are on the sixth verse now. Let us say that verse. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo.
Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo.
Vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam.
Vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam.
Sada me samatvam na muktirna bandha.
Sada me samatvam na muktirna bandha.
Chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham.
Chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham.
So in the earlier five compositions, he has used the neti approach, the negation, the upadhis that are the functioning of the Maya. And Maya helps us to develop our personality. But eventually, that Maya Shakti, again, we had to go beyond that Maya Shakti. That support system, how long we should have support system? That's the question. Freedom really means independence in the literal sense. So he comes to negating each one of them, enumerating what those upadhis are, right from various antahkarana, antahkarana chatushtaya, and also indriyas, and then panchabhutas, and then the support systems like a family, societal networks. These are all support systems. They are necessary for our conventional life. But really, what is life? Real life is the life that is free from all these support systems. So one has to prepare oneself towards that. If we do not do that, then we are perpetuating dependencies. And we are, in one sense, it is the misuse of the resources, I should say. So, in the sense, other people should use it. We have to create surplus. How do we create surplus? I have done with this, now you take this away. Today I went to Premji's house and he showed all his library, and then a pile of books were brought to me. You take it. So he has read all that, and now he would like to unburden, give it to whoever others. That's why what that process of downsizing in corporate language, we have to downsize. So this ātmaṣatkam is a downsizing message of life. Otherwise we will be perpetuating. By perpetuation, we are using the resources, and more society, we are depriving in a way the resources that are legitimately necessary for other sections. Sooner we have this type of understanding and prepare to live without these things, the better will be, surplus will be. There will be no conflict, no sense of exploitation and all that. So the whole Marxian analysis of society and how society is now governed by the needs of the working class. That's how we started, working class. And the one entrepreneurial class, whom calls the capitalists. So capitalists would like to use most of these things, and therefore the conflict comes, and the only way to resolve this conflict is the workers should become the owners of all these things. And how to do that? The mechanism is the coercive power of the state. So if that coercive power of the state is taken over by the workers, either by election process or violently also, that is how the Red Army and these became important methods to take away the resources and distribute them among others. That is how this whole society is very much in that type of ideological conflict. Now, Shankaracharya's solution, it is derived, we have to derive, and he puts us this one as an individual. If I develop that capacity, then we are creating surplus again. So, other people whom we call weaker sections, they are able to use it. So that is how I think his message is very important, even in the practical sense of the consequences of this attitude. If we develop more and more, we create an environment which is surplus, and that will be used. That is how the society will be able to regenerate and develop. If we do not, then we are using it because we have the power, we have the knowledge and everything that makes that kind of conflict. That's how I consider why we should study this ātmaṣatkam. We should study this. It's a very serious thing, simply because it addresses the serious problem of life in different forms. So how do we then locate ourselves? If we if you dispense with all these things, we have to be ourselves, which is the Atman, free from all type of need. There is no need for anything. So in order to attain that one, he doesn't go to that radical type, but minimalist approach. That's how we have to start minimizing those things. That is what he calls Deha Dharana. Only for that purpose we have to have. So this ātmaṣatkam then is an important message of Sri Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya to us to develop that type of a capacity. We have the capacity to do that. That's it. That is why Tyagena Amrutatvam Anashu. That's the famous statement. Na karmana, na prajaya, dharena, tyagena ekena amrutatvam anashu. That amrutatva, immortality, which is the very nature of the cell, is possible only when we are prepared to get out of these kinds of things. Not because that it is not necessary, but I have something more endurable, more dependable, which is itself the freedom. So that is also the message in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, when the conversation takes place between Maitreyi and Yajnavalkya. There is a famous conversation there, where Maitreyi asks, and Yajnavalkya feels, now time has come for me to renounce everything, all my property and everything. So he had two wives, according to the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Katyayani and Maitreyi, and called both of them, and now time has come for me, all my property resources, I have to divide between you. Katyayani got whatever she wanted. These are all we should be careful. Scriptures also, they use certain terms which may not be acceptable, what we call correct, politically correct, yeah. Saying like that. So, in scriptures also there are passages which are not socially, politically corrected. So he uses the term, when Katyayani says, I want all these resources, he calls it is because it is Stri Buddhi, he uses the word. Stri Buddhi. Stri Buddhi meaning they would like to have security and resources. So Katyayani was a Stri Buddhi type, therefore he gave resources. And Maitreyi's turn came, she asked the question, if you give all this one, shall I get that amrutatva or immortality? And then he says, no, you don't get immortality. These are all certain comforts you can have, but not immortality. But then you kindly give me that message or that knowledge, which is the source for immortality. And then he begins to give the knowledge of the Atman and the Absolute, that you are. So there are famous passages of that. So Adi Shankaracharya draws upon such Shruti passages, and then he internalizes for himself, and then he makes this final stanza here. Who am I? What is my nature? Even though at the end of each of the verses, he says, Aham Shivoham, Aham Chidananda Rupaha. Even though he says that, in the last stanza, he doesn't get into, I have to be away from these things, I reject all these things. No, that methodology he never uses. It's a positive statement here. So, Aham Nirvikalpa. Vikalpa means one who changes because of the nature of the mind in which I am. Sometimes I want this, sometimes I want that. When we have that type of a variation, that is because of our mind. But I am the source of that mind function, but I am not the mind. Therefore, the laws of the mind doesn't apply to me. So I am nirvikalpa, negation for vikalpa. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupam. Akara is some form, some name should be there, but no name, no form. That is my nature of the self. Vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyana. That means all indriyas with their function. The power for them is because of me. So in Kena Upanishad, that has been elaborately presented. Brahman is the source for all other indriyas. So he is summarizing that one here. Sadame samatvam. Sama, a term. Sama term is a very important term. It is used in two senses. One is when you have a scale on this pan and this pan, you would like to have the indicator should balance these things. That is one meaning of samatva. You have to balance. Another meaning of samatva is not balancing. When you say I am balancing, you are still working in the Dvaitic mode. There are two. I would like to balance. That is one meaning generally people use. It has its own context. But actual meaning of sama is Brahman. Nirdosham hi, in Bhagavad Gita, in the 5th chapter, there is one shloka. Nirdosham hi samam Brahma. Brahman is samam. That's one without a second. That is another meaning for samam. Not in this balancing. When we use this balancing concept, then we are still working with two. But the meaning for samam is another for Brahman. Nirdosha, that is nirdosha, free from all defects. Tasmat Brahmani te sthitaha. Ihaiva, this verse was Ihaiva taihi jitaha sargaha. Ihaiva taihi jitaha sargaha. Here and now, they are able to free themselves from this process of Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Vyapara when they are rooted in samam. So that is how. So here, when he uses sadame samatvam, sadame, that Brahma bhava, that is called here. Na muktihi na bandha. Mukti and bandha are for whom? For one who has not realized this nature of the self. When one has already realized the nature of the Brahman in this way, the question of bondage and liberation doesn't apply. So he is above all those. Therefore, he is beyond. He is like an arudha, as we say. He is not an arurukshu. In the arurukshu means one who is going from one step to another. There are dualities out there. There are this bondage is there, bonds. Therefore, he says, when you have attained the highest nature of understanding, which is Parabrahman, then all those things are no more there, seeking. Earlier also, there is no dharma, artha, kama, moksha also he said. So again he brings in here that mukti notion. Muktihi nabandha. And I am Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham Shivo. He affirms the nature of his self as pure consciousness, pure being, Kevala Jnana. It's called Kevala Jnana. And it is Sukha, which is again Turiya of the Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad, there again, Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam, avyavahari, there is no exchange, there is no transaction. That is the nature of the self. That I am. So that is Shivoham or Aham Brahmasmi. It is an anubhava. Anubhava not in the sense of an object and a subject. When I drink a cup of coffee, coffee is an object and I am trying to drink it. That is also an anubhava. That is the Indriya anubhava. But this Brahmanubhava is the understanding of one's own nature, right understanding of one's own nature. That is Brahmanubhava. It is not because of transaction, it is because of the recognition of my own nature as absolute spirit. That is how this ātmaṣatkam or ātmaṣatkam concludes. And I hope, given my own capacity or understanding, I have tried to share this and I have benefited by your listening and comments and other observations. So we will open it up for dialogue and then any clarification and any questions also. Yesterday, one of our participants, Prabhu, he said we need to focus on dharma. What is dharma? Then I was just reviewing Bhagavad Gita's message, which deals with dharma and Brahma. Dharma jignasa and Brahma jignasa, these are the two ways in which we understand the nature of reality. When we come to the dharma, it is all karya rupa, vyavahara. So, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, when he tells Arjuna, Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha, he says. So, for Krishna, for Arjuna, because he has to fight. But for us, we can generalize by saying, there is another passage, Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam, he says. So, Niyata Karma, each one of us are either other people have assigned us what we should do, or on our own we think this I should do. That's called Niyata Karma. It may be derived from our jivika, that is livelihood, or it may be because of some other reason. So we have to perform that. That is dharma. And smarana of the supreme nature of the self, our own self, should always be there. So that is how the way in which we have to understand dharma in the light of the knowledge of the nature of the self or nature of the Ishvara or Paramatma as a goal. Till we dispense with all other things, all vyavahara. That is what karma yoga, that is what is called karma yoga. Also you may recall in Vishnu Sahasranam, there were 6 questions which Yudhishthira asked Bhishma Pitama. So one of the questions, Ko dharmaha, sarva dharmana, among all the dharmas, what is the parama dharma? So he asked that question, Ko dharmaha, sarva dharmana, paramaha, bhavato mataha. In your opinion, what is that great dharma? Then when he answers Pitamaha, he says, recognize Vishnu and repeat his name, which is the 1000 names of Vishnu. That is Namasmarana. That is Mam Anusmara, when he says. So by repeating the name, the Namasmarana, we always orient ourselves, our mind, to the presence of the Supreme Spirit. So that is the dharma. And then we have to do whatever we have to do without kartrutva abhimana. So in that sense, this is all that great spirit working. I am not Naham Karta, I am not the Karta. Hari Karta, that's how we say. So we have to say that. So, Guna Guneshu Vartante iti Mattva Sajyate, that is another way. That means Prakriti Kriyamanani. All three gunas are functioning, that's all. I am not the doer. My guna, Sattva Rajatama Guna is doing those things. This way of understanding and be engaged in our life, that is Dharma. So, it is an open way of saying everyone, whether a person sits here in a temple, does japa, or pradakshina, or whatever the Nava Bhakti practice is there, Smarana, Bhajana, these are also karma. But there are other karmas which we call Lokik karmas. So in order to participate in the exchange economy, we have to do something to the society, society will contribute to us. That is also a karma. That is a jivika, livelihood karma. So we need to be doing that. Our hands should be engaged in that work, but in our mind always we should think of the divinity. That is how I understand the nature of the Dharma. Any other comments? So we will sit in deep silence for another 15 minutes and then absorb this ātmaṣatkam message. And if any questions or things come, always you comment them. Yeah.
I believe the Shankaracharya composed this ātmaṣatkam
Yes.
at the age of 8. And when questioned by his guru, who are you? The degree of awareness at this age is totally amazing.
Yeah. In Lansing, I live with the Sri Kumar Poda family.
I know that.
He has a granddaughter. She's 3-year-old. And they do Arati Jai Jagadisha Hare. She sings. And then when we complete that, you do namaskar to Krishna everywhere. And then she says, you do namaskar to me. She says, I am God. Yeah. In that sense, in every child, there is that spirit. Some express, some may not express it. But what we do as the parents or friends or family members, we would like to impose on them some of our own, whatever we expect them. So that is what is called the Maya. We want them to have these kinds of things. They resist it. They would like to be free itself. They would like to live that freedom. But more and more by using various incentive systems, punishment systems, we would like to put them in a framework. Now you should do this. So this is what. So having done that, it is the duty of the parents to do that. Because they have to prepare them for functioning in the society. then it is left to them to question all that and free themselves of all those kinds of things. That is, at what stage that will happen to that child, we don't know. It differs. So, it is there in the spirit of every being, it is there. Sometimes it takes quite a long time, maybe many lives, as they say, or in our own lives, another time. That is the process, I think, of disengaging. So that spirit of resistant revolution, accepting and everything. We see children, their behavior, how much their parents have to do in order to conform to what we think is desirable. But that has to be done, that samskara has to be done, because they have to deal with the society which is ordered according to some law and rules. But eventually, no more rules, nothing. There is one famous composition called Shukashtaka also. Nistrai Punye, Pati Vicharata, Ko Nidhi, Ko Nishedha. And we talk of dharma and so on. Dharma is simply another way of saying, do this, don't do this. That is dharma. But then when people have attained that understanding of their spirit, which is absolute, they are called, they are walking on a path of Nistrai Punya, that is free from Triguna.
Yes.
So Nistrai Punye Pathi, when they walk on the road which is free from Triguna, Ko Vidhi, Ko Nishedha. What is this rule-ridden life is not there for them. This is how it is. So, Shankaracharya type other great people, one or the other, just express that spirit. Yeah.
Given this, he didn't have to learn anything.
Yeah.
It was already there.
It's already there. Yeah. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. And so, bahunam janmanam. That Janma notion is, many times we interpret this is the lifetime now, and this ends, and therefore another Janma comes. This is one way of understanding the Bahunam Janma. But even in the course of our lifetime that we live, we have the Janma from one to another type of understanding. That means going from one stage of understanding going to another stage. So that is also another way to understand Bahunam